Sorry for the loud volume the last couple of videos. My dumb ass forgot to turn it down.
Well, at least you know now.
Know that I forgot, or know that I'm a dumbass?
Both!
Oh, fuck! You better not! You know I didn't pause the recording, right? The recording's not even paused! Hold on, you gotta go. Whoa. Fucking dumbass.
Oh.
Get back on the bed,
Oh.
or else I'll tie you up. Back to what we were doing.
What were we doing?
Recording, dumbass!
Oh yeah, that's right.
She gives the information summed up before her face lights up in realization. No doubt she's worked out that it was this letter which contributed to my angst during that lunch on the rooftop. It's a rare sight to see Lily quite so lost for words. I'm out of breath. Her entire persona is a little deflated from her earlier rapt interest. As charismatic as she is, in the end, that isn't any replacement for life nor relationship experience.
Perhaps it is better she sent it than not.
How's that?
It can be difficult to work out how best to communicate with those you haven't met in a long time. All the more so, considering your separate situations. Instead of doing what was easiest, she built up the courage to talk to you one last time. Not only for her sake, but from how it looks, or sounds, she can't see, for yours as well.
Yeah, I just realized how many times have we requested fan art no one's drawn it. Give us stuff for thumbnails!
Maybe I'll like start drawing it.
We will
And
use
then
your
go-
guys' fan art for thumbnails, or
Yeah.
else Remy has to splurge into the internet, and that's just not a good idea.
That's what I've been doing for our thumbnails.
Yeah, I know, and animals, and one of them you just have to look closely. Maybe. I don't hate her for it, not that I really ever did, but I don't know. Probably a more non-committal answer than I should give, but it isn't without cause. I never looked at the situation from Wanako's perspective like that before. Seconds pass in silence before Lily speaks again.
Moving to Yamaku must have been hard for you. Having your friends and even your girlfriend taken from you for no fault of your own. We weren't dating. Kind of.
I just realized. And Wanako has long black hair, right?
I don't know. I don't think we ever saw her.
There's something I want to see thinking about it. Okay, No, I get curious. I get curious because if she looks like what I think it is, I'm gonna make an Ayano joke.
Careful.
Nope, wrong one.
Careful, careful. I don't think we ever see her.
No, we do.
Oh.
Oh. Damn it, I thought she was wearing a red scarf. I'm pissed. Back to what we were doing.
Why were we gonna like start calling him Shintaro or something?
No. Just gonna make an Ayano joke. Just why not? The worst of it passed while I was in the hospital. When all that surrounds you is 4 white walls and a small television, your mind takes a life of its own.
You get
Furby, is that
schizophrenia.
you?
You get schizophrenia.
Flips the table. Remy, please don't break the bed! It's like my old school, I guess. I just try not to dwell on what's happened and keep thinking ahead. All that reminiscing does is get me down. It largely thanks to you. It feels like things are finally getting back on track. Give me a second. I'm sweating to death, and I want to see if Mike actually does it.
It is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I could have swore I saw like the little orange bar. Whatever. Fuck it!
We're doing it live! Anyway,
Woo!
all that reminiscing does is get me down. It's largely thanks to you that it feels like things are finally getting back on track.
You already said that.
Might as well say it again!
That's pleasing to hear, Hisao.
She lowers her face slightly, her expression pensive. I guess I went too far and embarrassed her. I suppose you went through something a bit like what I did when you entered Yumaku anyway, right? Imagine the vast majority of our school student did, after all. You said yourself that you made friends in your old school. I can't imagine many followed you. Lily's deep smile drops, her expression unexpectedly darkening. Even her hands retreat to her lap. After a long while, she speaks.
My school burnt down. Hisao, can you promise not to tell anyone else what I'm about to?
I promise. Go fuck. No. She looks slightly taken aback by my serious tone, but then relents and smiles weakly before continuing. I'm a G.
When I moved to Yumaku, I did regret losing the friends I'd had at my other school. But there was one person whom I most regretted not seeing again. He was the reason I took up English as a future career.
He? Considering she came from an all-girls school, that can't have been a schoolmate then.
I rejected the confessions I'd received until then with him. Every time I improved my English skills, his praise was my most treasured reward. It's funny, isn't it? Is someone like me able to boast about the people who have set eyes on me, likely someone to utterly unattainable as my tutor? It truly is the most ridiculous thing.
Did you... She quickly shakes her head from side to side.
I couldn't. Even then, I knew it was impossible.
Silence reigns over both of us. This does seem to explain her ardent focus on her future in teaching English, but I can't help but thinking her confession to me. She lost him without ever letting her feelings be known. Did she somehow fear that would happen again, but with me? I don't really know what to make of it. I've heard of such relationships before. Taboos born of such things as puberty and youth. The fact that she had the good judgment not to act on it, though, was heartening.
I know this must sound strange, but please, don't think of me...
Why would I think any less of you for that? To be honest, I think he must have been a very nice person if you liked him so much. Not only that, but you stopped yourself before going too far. For a moment, she looks somewhat lost. Most unexpectedly, though, it isn't a second before she starts to laugh. The sound takes me off guard. It's not a giggle, nor a restrained chuckle, but an honest and genuine laughter. Happy. I find myself smiling, and not just at her display of relief and happiness, but for her to trust me enough to let me see the most private of secrets. Oh yes, because that isn't the most private of secrets.
Oh, back to this picture again.
Bitch, you've seen her naked. We've seen her naked.
Yep!
Before I realize it, I feel her palm touching my face. Again. Her touch is as gentle as ever, with her thumb slowly stroking my cheek.
No, it's on your nose. Silly Hisao. You're kind, Hisao. I really do you.
Love, Lily, love. 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 La, la, la. Seeing your face,
I did it! I moved everybody!
Lily's secretly a whore.
No!
Sharp dressed whore. Seeing her face like this, with her palm gently caressing my face, I think tonight has been a wonderful night. Is it gonna get better? I guess we've both had pretty weird pasts. I almost said that said pants.
It seems like we both have had really weird pants.
We're not wearing pants.
You're wearing shorts. I'm wearing pants. My work pants, to be exact.
Pants.
I think by most standards, our present is rather odd as well.
I smile and hang my head. This woman can easily run rings around me. Of that, I'm quite sure. Are you actually looking for the fucking thing?
I was just making sure I had it.
I look back around the room with its continuing quiet home of patrons. Yes, I actually know how to pronounce that word.
Obviously not.
Fuck off! This place probably fits the odd category, too.
It is a tad overbearing.
Let's go somewhere a little more relaxed. I hate you so much.
This is why I had it. Okay.
That's one word for it, yes. Catch the eye of a scurrying waiter, a short, scrawny guy no older than 20. Kinda reminds me of Kenji. Sir, we don't serve ramen here. But I want ramen! We don't have ramen here, sir. Flips table, walks out.
Fine! I'll go somewhere else where they do have ramen! I like a curry ramen!
No, although unlike him, the waiter isn't dressed for winter during midsummer. After a curt bow and an offer to remove our plates, Lily asks for the bill politely and softly. With expert coordination, he maneuvers around the tables, our plates in hand, to retrieve our bill. In no time, he reappears through the door, smartly handing our bill to Lily, who promptly hands it to me, causing him to raise an eyebrow. As I read the small computer-printed leaflet, the cost is considerably more than I expected.
Isao?
What? You brought us here! Quickly stammer out the amount, which Lily merely nods and reaches for her purse. Oh god. Giving her card to the waiter, he disappears once again. That was a disproportionately large amount of money.
Oh, so you can say that word, but you can't fucking say patrons correctly?
Statement seems to make Lily slightly uncomfortable.
Can you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Good job. Now if you can learn how to say fucking patrons. My family leaves me more than enough for my education. The same goes for my sister, though she dislikes being reminded of that fact.
Like, wow, you're spending a lot of money on your education. Sure, it's the education. Alcohol behind her.
Sure. It's the education.
Swiggity Stooty going for that swig.
Education.
Beer education. Wine education.
That said, I too dislike throwing money about. But this is one time I think I can make an exception. Just for you.
Not only
I
did
need you.
I love you too, Lily. Not only did you choose our date, but you paid for both of us as well. I take the bridge of my nose with my fingers. I can't believe how high you have set the bar for our next date. She gives a small giggle.
I'll be looking forward to it, Isao. We're going to fucking McDonald's. McRonald's. McRonald's.
Satan, I'd like our order taken, please.
Oh, you'll get your order in the deepest pits of hell.
The waiter reappears beside us, as if by magic, and hands Lily's card back to her. Evidently picking up on her lack of sight, he places the card in her hand with an extra, perhaps unneeded amount of firmness to make sure of her grip. Leaving, he exercises a measure of diplomacy by
Diplomacy.
Fuck off. By keeping a neutral face despite my own expression. Clapping my hands together, I stand up from my seat in order to bring an end to our night out. Shall we be off then, my lady?
Milady. Not my lady, it's Milady. God. You incompetent piece of shit.
I'm a butler, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm so scared of a butler. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Get it because you're a dumbass? Because ass is also another word for butt.
Yeah! Snap out words out of my sheet and sit bolt upright in bed as an electrical shock had just ripped through my entire body.
It was all a dream. She really doesn't know me.
The night air feels cold against the sweat on my bare skin, my breathing short and rugged, near to the point of hyperventilation. Mind racing, I bring my hand to my head and attempt to soothe my body's panicked state. It takes a number of seconds to realize my hand is shaking violently, even as I pat my face.
I just realized we're both wearing a gray shirt. That looks really weird.
I'm not changing. More seconds pass in complete silence, so desperate attempts to subdue my body and mind slowly, thankfully working. Gathering myself, I start to taking measure in the state I'm in. I feel like I've run a marathon. Every muscle feeling tense and sweat practically pouring off of me. Carefully direct my attention to the beating in my chest, measuring out the rhythm in my head. Sure enough, my unreliable heart is functioning properly. For once. What the fuck was that? A heart attack? A bad nightmare? Medicine side effects? I've heard about panic attacks, and this does seem to have the hallmarks of one. Can't even be bothered thinking about it right now. I feel utterly exhausted yet completely awake after this experience. Toga.
No.
Oh, that. Oh, God, this. Oh, I look over to the other side of my bed, the pale white of the silent figure's face almost glowing in the nighttime darkness of the room. Just the sight of her is enough to calm me down significantly. You expected her to be nude, didn't you? Her graceful demeanor persists even while she's asleep. Her perfectly measured breathing and gentle face makes it impossible to tell whether she's awake or truly sleeping.
I honestly thought it would have been like Kenji just sitting in the corner, just like, yes! Good morning!
I know the Katawa gang! Lily just sits up. Boom!
Donut!
No, pulls the fucking anti-tank rifle from under the bed! Bitches love cannons, bang!
I want that fucking shirt! I want that fucking shirt! I'm gonna get that fucking shirt.
Giving into temptation, I delicately run my fingertips over her hand. Her skin is soft to the touch, as it has always been, even warm, yet warm even in the cold fucking night. God damn it, Donovan, speak English.
Do you speak English? Your English needs more English!
It's at times like these, silently appreciating each other's presence, that I feel we're closest. My fingers stop at her wrist, and I bring my head back down to the bed beside me. Not entirely sure why, but as we became even closer to each other, it felt as if something grew between us. Not entirely sure what it is, nor whether it existed before we'd fallen in love.
You know, you guys just totally, like, skipped the whole, like, love stage, like, holding hands and shit. No, you went straight to Pound Town. And then you actually went on a date.
Relationships in Japan.
I'm going to Japan!
Everything is moving so fast. I don't mind it at all, but it feels unlike Lily to be pushing things this much. Thankfully, there aren't any students milling around in the hallways at this hour of the morning, lest I'd be interrogated on why I'm carrying 2 plates of breakfast to my room while dressed in an obviously hastily donned uniform.
Because fuck you, that's why. What? Do you think something happens?
I can't remember who's here. We're gonna pause. I think we can read this safely.
We're gonna pause it just in case.
Okay, yeah.